All right, welcome. What up, people? It's your boy Chig from Guna Eagle Eye coming to you again with a brand new video. I know it's been a while. It's been a bit of a wild couple of weeks with my birthday and a couple of bits and bobs and work and illness and stuff like that. So my schedule for recording and uploading and doing live shows has been really irregular. It's been unlike me to be so irregular, particularly during transfer window time. Um, the only thing I can do now, obviously, is the 26th of January, is just to be as regular as possible over the next week. So sincere apologies for that. And I've apologized to you about this before, but I'll rectify that moving forward. Before we get into the nitty gritty of the game, you must be living under a rock if you don't know, but first things first, RIP to Kobe Bryant. Just found out that he has possibly died as a result of a helicopter crash, which was bad enough. That sent me into a tailspin in terms of just thinking about things like mortality and, just thinking about the fact that life is too short and stuff like that. But then you hear that his daughter, who's 13 years old, has also died in the same incident. It's just like, oh, so sad. So sad. But it just makes you think about life, man. All this bullshit arguing that we do online and stuff like that, and hating unnecessarily, just stuff like that puts it into perspective. Like, yeah, you got time for all this. So I don't know. Yeah, it's just got me thinking. But R.I.P. My thoughts and prayers are with that family, sincerely. There's no reason a 13-year-old should be caught in something like that, man. Life hasn't even started for that kid. Anyway, moving on to the game. For me, moving into this game, FA Cup tie away at Bournemouth, this should be a game that Arsenal should be looking to win. Bournemouth are not in a particularly great run of form. A lot of people have been like, oh, so Chig, you would have had Eddie Howe, yeah? Listen, for me, with Eddie Howe, it's a case of this. Eddie Howe hasn't become a crap manager overnight. But in my view, what's probably happened is he's just taken that team as far as he can get them. Bearing in mind that I think he joined them when they were bottom of the Championship or bottom of League One or one of the two. And he's got them all the way up to the Premier League. Or at least they were there, at least. I don't know if he was the one that specifically got them all the way up. And he's probably just taken them as far as he can take them, to be real. They don't have an abundance of money yet. And he's probably just taken them to the end of the line of their ability. It's a shame because they still do have a lot of good players that, to be honest, I wouldn't mind Arsenal having at least as part of their squad, like your Callum Wilsons. I still like Ryan Fraser. I know a lot of people don't. I like Will Hughes, for example. I think he's a good technical player. So they do have some players that I do like. I know some people like Josh King. I'm not a Josh King guy personally. Nathan Ake is someone that I would love Arsenal to buy tomorrow. Keeping in mind Nathan Ake's been out more or less since the season started. I think he's edging closer to me because February was supposed to be the time he was supposed to be coming back for Bournemouth. So I can't see Nathan Ake being there past this season. And I'm sure there'll be all sorts of teams swarming, hopefully Arsenal. Now, obviously, I've not done a video in some time. Lots of people are going to ask me some stuff about Lamar. Lots of people are going to ask me some stuff about this imminent signing that we've got tomorrow. I've done a video on that imminent signing. I'm going to just drop it once we sign him. So you'll get my entire thoughts on whether I think he's a good defender or anything. And I'll drop that I imagine that signing will be announced tomorrow. We do like a Tuesday announcement, weirdly. So it might be Tuesday. Whatever happens, I've recorded the video. It's done. So you'll get my entire thoughts then. The Lamar video, I owe you guys at least an Eagle Eye. So I'll talk about that during Eagle Eye tomorrow. So you'll get my thoughts on Lamar and any other stories that pop up in the meantime. But let's talk more about the game. So we know that Bournemouth are in poor form, but what about us? Now, obviously, there's been a lot of confidence. There's been a lot made of the fact that with 10 men, we were able to battle back against the Chelsea team and secure a 2-2 away result. It was an excellent battling performance. I don't want to detract from that. I think from our perspective, we need to find out why we seem to have really poor half an hours. Like that seems to be something that even under Emre was very much a prominent thing, that there'd be a half an hour spell where we were absolutely terrible. And that's where more often than not, whether we win a game or lose a game or how easily we win a game, it'll be decided in that half an hour spell. We need to find out what that's about. I don't know if that's fitness. I don't know if that's concentration. But they've had a nice long gap between that Chelsea game and the Bournemouth game. That's, I suppose, the one advantage of playing on Monday night. But for that, we all want and expect to see a better performance from the boys. And I think we will get that performance. I just see us beating Bournemouth all day long, if I'm being honest. Colin Addy says, Mari is a Mertesacker Mark II. Is that a bad thing? Like, that's my question to you. Is it a bad thing? So, you know, I quite like the idea of a 6'4" defender who can kick the ball, play ball. I think people place too much emphasis on speed. Mustafi has speed. Does he have anything else? Do you know what I mean? So I think people place way too much emphasis on speed. I think, speaking as someone who was a defender myself, you know, one of our best defenders in history was Tony Adams. Tony Adams was slower than a snail. He just was. But the reason why it was never a big deal for him was that he was able to read the game and place himself in a position whereby he can anticipate balls and incoming things coming in, incoming kind of plays coming in, and almost call players. And you have a defender who can run, who'll be able to react to stuff. You know, Mertesacker and Koscielny were so good together for so long because that's the way they react. Koscielny couldn't read the game for nothing. But one thing they were good at as a partnership was Mertesacker would see the danger and Koscielny would react to it. That is what a good partnership does. John Terry is another one who was excellent at that, right? Much as I couldn't stand his racist ass, right? But one thing I would say for him, again, another one that was slower than a truck, right? But could read the game excellently and could react to it. So I think people place way too much emphasis on speed. Speed is not everything. Okay, so you can run. So what? Can you defend? That's the main problem. So, yeah, for me, I would say my only word I will say in this Mari situation is, so what? He's slow. As long as you can defend, I couldn't care less. Anyway, let's move on to the team. For me, I feel like we should go with a somewhat strong team. This is a competition I wouldn't mind us winning again, if it was possible. So with that in mind, let me show you my hopeful 1 to 11 and I hope plays against Bournemouth. Bear with me. Let me show you that. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'm going to try one more thing just to make sure you can see that all the way. Right. So this is my hopeful 1 to 11. The goalie that you can't see. Let me see if I can correct that. Can you see that now? Yes, you can. Right. So the goalie that you can see now is Martinez. For me, I think that Martinez in goal. He's the cup goalkeeper. It just makes sense that he's in. I'd like to see Hector play this game. I think Hector needs the game time. So I'd play him on the right-hand side. In the middle, Socrates. We learned Socrates got back to training. In an ideal world, we'd ease Socrates back. But Luiz is suspended. And I don't know about you. Mustafi ain't getting into his team. So Socrates, I'd play him. And I'd play him alongside Holding, Rob Holding. And this is the game to reintroduce Rob Holding back into the starting fray. Let's see if there's anything left of a decent player in Rob Holding. I still think there is, but he does take a long time to recover from injuries. And his form dips while he is recovering. But I do still like Rob Holding as a player. And even if he's our third choice centre-back, I think it's a good option to have. Saka is the left-back. I feel for Saka because in an ideal situation, I'd want to rest Martinelli and put Saka on the left-hand side. But we have no left-backs. So I think Saka's done so well in that position recently, we almost have to keep him in that position. And therefore, I would go with Saka. You'll notice that I've rested Torreira. I think he needs it. We've seen what Torreira gets like when he hits the ceiling. And actually, I think his form drops when he's tired. So, and that's understandable because because he exerts so much energy. He needs to be at the very top of his game and the peak of his fitness if he's going to give us everything. And I just think with Torreira, I say this is the sort of game that you rest him in because we could afford to. In which case, I'd start Guendouzi. Guendouzi's not been starting games recently. One thing I do like of Arteta, which has gone quite unnoticed actually by our fans, is if you notice, he's not really started Guendouzi. He just held Guendouzi back, just quietly introducing him into certain plays. Now, Guendouzi was a bit of a revelation as a number 10. And I have a half of a good mind, actually, to do this. Because that actually makes more sense in a weird sort of way. That was the position he played at Chelsea and was so much more effective than Mesut Ozil in that position. And funny enough, I did say to Lee, when Guendouzi came on, I said to him that actually, Guendouzi in that position might be quite a genius move. He's a decent short pass to the ball. He's clearly a great long pass to the ball. There won't be so much emphasis on him defending, which we know he's not great at. But if you play Guendouzi here, there is a great emphasis on this young man. So I'd say start him here. And then I think as the game evolves, why not move him there? It will completely throw them off. So I quite like the idea of that, but this is just me speaking out loud. Again, you guys let me know what you think. I think this is a really important game for him because I don't think he's had the greatest season, it must be said. And I think for Willock, this season has to be a season where he shows the manager he can be a squad player. Potentially can be. He's got great energy. I do worry sometimes about his technical ability, but he's got a lot of enthusiasm, great energy, very, very determined sort of character, can tackle when he wants to, can drive the ball from midfield when he wants to. He's a very much an athlete in that position, but I do worry a little bit about his technical ability, like I've said. Sometimes I don't think he's the greatest passer of the ball. And I think when you're a midfielder, and I give Granit Xhaka a lot of crap for this, so it's only fair I give Willock crap for this. I mean, if you're a central midfielder and you can't short pass the ball, I think you've got problems. And I don't think he's the greatest short passer of the ball. That's my only concern with Joe Willock. But other than that, I say let's see. I'm not going to completely wield the axe on him, but I guess I'm not as high on him as some of you guys are. That's just my opinion. Danny Ceballos, I did see this when I was on my road trip this week, that he was bitching and moaning about the fact that he sent a tweet out. I think he put a tweet out during the last game saying to Hector Bellerin that he's going to miss that left foot of his. Then done the old tweet and delete. I wonder if Arteta has just spoken to him and just said, "Bruh, you've literally just come back from injury. Be easy. Like, calm down. You'll get games." And I'm hoping this is going to be the game that it is. Because I do think it is a bit ridiculous that I get it. He wants to be in the Euro 2020 squad. I get it from his perspective. But it should be easy. You're going to get you literally came back 2 weeks ago. I must admit, I'm surprised Arteta hasn't used him sooner. He's Spanish and he's a central midfielder. You would have thought if anyone is going to be a project, it would be Dani Ceballos. But I still think there's also time for that. So, I think with Ceballos, I hope he stays. I still believe he'll turn out to be a good player. So, yeah, let's see. That's just my view on that one. On the right-hand side, I'm going with Pepe. There is an argument that he should rest this game, and if Nelson was fit, I'd play him. But at the same time, I also think with Pepe, we need to start just building confidence there. I think any confidence he can get. Imagine if he got himself a couple of goals against Bournemouth. The good that would do him. So I'd play Pepe in this game. Of all the front three, the person I would have loved to have rested is Martinelli. I think the problem we have with this kid is overexposure. I was conscious against Chelsea, and I got a lot of crap for it. That people were talking about comparing his goal scoring record to Thierry Henry's. I'm like, what the? Arsenal fans do this though. We gas players way too much and too quickly. That doesn't mean to say because I've said that I don't rate Martinelli. Of course I do. But man, the kid is 18 years old. Let's be easy. Let's be easy. And I got crap from it from certain people, even certain people with big accounts as well. And then lo and behold, the beloved Arteta, Mikel Arteta, came out and said the same thing today. Wonder if you're giving him the same crap. It's just like, be easy. Let him develop first. But I agree. Exciting player. I've said it to Lee. I don't expect us to hold on to him for longer than 3 years. Because he's so good already that imagine what he's going to be like in 3 years' time. Barcelona are looking for a replacement for Luis Suarez. I personally think this is it. Unfortunately, but I have to also be real. And then you've got Lacazette. I know a lot of people have turned their backs on Lacazette. They think he's a terrible player all of a sudden and this, that, and the other. But, in a game like this, you would hope that he would score and improve his confidence. This is not a player that's just become a crap player overnight. I'm sorry. I know that there are some people, there are even close friends of mine who believe that Lacazette is finished as a player. During my road trip with the boys, one of my friends in particular just said, "You know what? I think he's done. I think he's done. Like, I'd sell him." And to be honest, I'd sell Lacazette as well. I must admit, at the end of the season, I'd sell him as well. But at the same time, I also don't think he's become a crap player overnight. And hopefully for his confidence, because we're going to need him. Don't kid yourself, people. We're going to need all these supposed big players as the title, I say the title running, like we're in the title, but as the season end approaches, we're going to need them all. Because if we have any hope of, and let's face it, let's forget about top four, but any hope of winning anything this season, we're going to need all of these lot. There's no point turning your back on them. So that's just my view on it. So that's my hopeful 1 to 11, guys. And I always say hopeful because this isn't the 1 to 11 I expect the manager to pick. This is the hopeful 11 I would pick. the 11 that I hope will be picked by the manager. But you guys let me know what you think. Leave it in the comments below. I'm not going to go into the chat room tonight just because I've got one more video to pre-record. And then I've got to start thinking about preparing for work tomorrow. But I'll be back tomorrow evening where we'll have a proper session, yeah? So I'll be back at 8 tomorrow with an Eagle Eye episode. But for now, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you tomorrow, guys. Please do stick a like on this video as well. All right? All right, people. Take care. Oh, my prediction. Apologies. Prediction, I'm going to go 3-0 Arsenal. I am that confident. So there you go. 3-0 Arsenal. And I'm going to go with Lacazette, Pepe, and Saka as the goal scorers. All right, I'm out of here. Peace.